In this video, we are going to perform the time scaling operation in discrete time signal systems. Right, so we've been given this signal x of n, and we are going to sketch x of 2n and x of n over 2. Now, in time scaling operation, we use this general expression x of a n, where a is called the scaling factor. Now, the scaling factor can take values greater than 1 or values between 0 or values greater than 0 but less than 1. So it can take values greater than 1 or values between 0 and 1. Now, when it has values greater than 1, we are going to have what we call time compression. So unlike shifting that changes the position of the samples, scaling rather compress or expand the signal. So it's either compress or expand the signal. Now, when the scaling factor is between 0 and 1, that's when we have what? Expansion. Right. Now, let me give you this simple trick we use. Anytime you have the scaling factor to be greater than 1, that is when you have like 2, 3, 4, you are going to just take the particular sample, the position of the sample, and divide it by the scaling factor, right? So when we are dealing with the examples, you will see that. So let's go straight and then sketch the other signals we have here, right? So we are going to sketch the first one, x of 2n. So whenever you have the scaling factor to be greater than 1, what you are going to do is that you take each of the positions and then divide by the scaling factor. Now, when you divide, remember we are only interested in um, integers. We are not interested in decimal numbers or fractions. So when you divide and it's not giving you an integer, you what? You leave that particular sample out. The one that gives you, let me call it a whole number or an integer, that is the sample you will maintain. Is that okay? So let's sketch this 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. All right, so when you have the scaling factor to be greater than 1, you simply take the samples. So if I take the sample at -1, I will do -1 divided by the scaling factor 2. And this is going to give me a decimal. So since this is not giving me an integer, you leave it out. You leave it out. So that sample will disappear. Now then move to the next sample at 0. The next sample at 0, if you take what? 0, you take 0 divided by 2, this is going to give you 0. But since it gives you 0, that sample what will appear, and the amplitude will be the same. Nothing happens to the amplitude. So that sample will be at this place, 4. You move the next one at 1 here. If you divide, you get a fraction, so you leave it out. You move to the next one, which is at 2, right? So the next one at 2. So you are going to take 2 divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 will give you what? 1. And 1 is an integer. So it means the sample at 2 will now move to position what? 1. And the amplitude will be the same. All right. So that is how we do. So now let's continue with the next one. The next one, you can see that we are having our scaling factor. We are having our scaling factor, in this case, a to be equal to 1 over 2. Right, so what we are going to have here is going to be time expansion. And that expansion, what we simply do is that we take each of the sample positions and then we multiply it by the denominator. We multiply it by the denominator, as simple as that. So the denominator here is what? 2. So whichever position you take, you are going to multiply it by 2. Then you simply sketch your new signal. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, -1, -2, -3, -4. So the sample which is a -1 here, I'll take it I'll take it to -1. I'll take -1 times the denominator. The denominator is what? 2. If your denominator is 3, you multiply by 3. If your denominator is 4, you multiply by 4. Whatever denominator it is, use it to multiply. So this will give me what? -2. Which means that this sample at -1 here is now going to be located at what? -2. So you come and sketch that here. Remember, the amplitude will still be the same, 3. Now the sample at 0, if you take 0 times 2, what would that give you? To give you 0, so it will remain there. And the amplitude is what? 4. Then you come to the next sample, the sample at what? 1 here, the amplitude was 0, right? So if you multiply by 2, it will move to what? 2. And that is 0, right? Then you move to the next sample at 2. If you take 2 times 2, what is that going to give you? 4, which means that the sample at 2 here is now going to move to what? Position 4. Now going to move to position 4, and the amplitude will be the same, 1. So you can clearly see that when we had the scaling factor to be greater than 1, the signal what? Compressed, the size of the signal reduced. So we call this what? Compression. But when we had the scaling factor to be between 0 and 1, here we had what? 1/2. We can see clearly that the signal what? Expanded. So we call it what? Expansion. So the trick here is that when you have the scaling factor to be greater than 1, simply take the sample position, divide by the scaling factor. If the result is giving you decimals, that sample dies out, so you leave it, you don't plot it at all. If you divide and you get a whole number, or you get an integer, you sketch the new one. Then if you have the scaling factor to be between 0 and 1, right, where that's when you take whichever number in the denominator, multiply it by the sample, their positions, right? So this one was a -1, you multiply it, then that will be the new position. So you see that the entire signal will be expanded. Thank you.